Hello. So it's everybody's favourite British person. Oh wait, no it isn't, it's Zed. And so Broken Sword 5 was released about 2 hours ago. And I like the Broken Sword. Well, I like the first two Broken Sword games. I only played 3 for about half an hour and I couldn't get on with the controls, and the 3D-ness of it really put me off. And I never played 4 at all. Now, I don't know how well this is going to run, because for those of you that know me, you'll know that my PC is like a ball of hot garbage. So, I mean, this might just end terribly badly. This is episode 1 of, I think, 2, because they've done it as kind of an episodic thing. It was kickstarted. I didn't pledge any money at all. I got it off GOG, because it seemed cheap. But I'm glad other people did, so that it could get made, so that I could play it. And I really hope it's a triumphant return to form from the people who gave us all Beneath the Steel Sky, which, as we all know, is the greatest 2D platformer? 2D Beneath the Steel Sky, 2D platformer. 2D adventure game ever made. Right, here we go. I won't really have to do a whole lot of narration, because according to these options, there's like speech and shit. So, and the subtitles, that's good. And yeah. Oh, also I'm dying in case I sound ill. Wow, there's a tutorial. Yeah, all right, go on. Hello and welcome. Firstly, we'd like to show you how to discover and interact with interesting things in the environment. In this case, a humble red arrow. Move the mouse pointer to the red arrow tip and an animated magnifying glass will appear. Click the left mouse button to interact with it. Well done. You unlocked an achievement, no. That's how you discover and interact with hotspots. Hotspots mark interesting things in the environment with which you can interact. To get George... Jesus Christ, you look like ass. To get George to walk to the arrow, left click on the floor at that point. Excellent. That's how you get a character to walk the way you want them to go. See the torch that had magically appeared? Now get George to pick it up by moving the mouse pointer over the torch hotspot and left clicking when the pointer changes to an animated pick up icon. How to click things. Well done. You just picked up the torch. Things that you pick up get stored in your inventory. Click the bag icon at the bottom left of the screen to see all the objects in your inventory. This is your inventory. The only thing that George is carrying is a torch. Now examine the torch by moving your mouse pointer over it and clicking the right mouse button. You can examine any hotspot in the game by right-clicking it. It's the fine-looking torch that you just picked up. Now look for and pick up the batteries that have magically appeared in the scene. Picked up some batteries. To load the batteries into the torch, open your inventory again. Left click on one object to select it, and then move it over. Oh, yep, that works. Yep, and there's a goat. There's a goat there. There's a goat. Open your inventory again. Left click the lit torch and use it on the goat. That's some amazing logic you've got going on there, to be honest. Right, good, excellent. But the serpent was wiser than all the animals that were in paradise. And God cursed the serpent and called him devil. And he said, Behold, Adam has become like one of us, knowing evil from good. Battle not with monsters, lest ye become a monster. And if you gaze into the abyss gazes also into you. Freedom! If it's looking kind of choppy on the stream, it's because it's looking kind of choppy in the game. So I don't know whether this is supposed to run properly on my PC at all. Catalonia, Spain, 1937. Really quite choppy, actually. Holy shit! It's Valkyria Chronicles! Here, you carry these books. I want some books.
We must go now. Papa!
Tiago, go with your mother to the trap.
I'm not seeing subtitles.
Yes, Papa.
We will join you shortly.
Xavier, the painting.
La maledicción.
They do speak English in Spain, you're right, yeah.
This way.
Senora, it is too late. Go.
No! Papa!
Papa!
Senor, in here. Search them.
I'm sorry, aren't you an extra from Archer?
Of course.
Paris in the spring. Passion, romance, l'amour. I was working in art insurance. It paid the rent. Just about. And then, by chance, I met Nico at a private view.
You didn't tell me that you were back in Paris, George?
We should catch up. Let's have lunch?
Nobody move. No, monsieur. Not la malédiction. Oh. Stay back.
Alright. Stay back.
Once again, Paris had shown me her dark side. A brutal robbery, a senseless murder. Nico and I were about to be drawn into a new and terrifying adventure together.
He's not the Stig. But he is the Stig's evil cousin.
The gallery owner was dead. I guess sometimes playing the hero doesn't pay. My company had insured the exhibition, so I had a crime to solve. The cops would be here soon. I didn't have much time.
Right, well, we'd probably...
With luck, the security camera had captured the robbery. The cable for the camera ran into the room marked private.
Well, it's not going to be private anymore. Is the door locked?
The door was locked with a keypad.
Good start.
If I wanted to get in there and look at the CCTV footage, then I'd need to find the number.
Well, he appears to be
Henri's
dead.
fashion sense was criminal, but he didn't deserve to die.
Priesty dude. What do you know about the number to the door?
Excuse me, Father.
Requiescat in pace. Oh wait, no.
Yes, my son.
I'm George Stobart. My company insured the exhibition.
My name is Simeon.
Is there anything I can do?
You can pray for his soul.
Is there anything I can do that actually does things?
On the contrary, this killing makes plenty of sense.
What do you mean?
A great evil has taken place. This is the work of the devil.
I thought it was the work of a man with a gun.
I am a Dominican priest. I know these things.
That's the stupid...
Now, excuse me. I must pray.
I'm a Dominican priest. I know these things.
Planning dinner with Nico. The next, I was talking art theft, murder, and the devil with a priest.
Pizza box, in which he held a gun. There we go. Let's examine that.
Pizza box behind. I wondered what was in it.
Pizza.
Well, no surprise there. Pizza. The guy must have been hungry. There was only one slice left.
Obviously take the pizza because you're American.
No one had noticed the pizza box fall onto the floor. I decided to leave it alone.
Okay.
There was no mistaking this body. It was Hector Lane, art critic extraordinaire. He and I had met before.
Yes, you had. I remember that. What's with the
bust
bust?
was balanced precariously on the pedestal. I didn't want to knock it off.
Right, so far I've got a slice of pizza. He's just gonna leave it there. Okay, got a slice of pizza. Ooh!
The alarm still worked on that painting.
Right.
I wondered why the stolen painting's alarm hadn't sounded.
Let's have a look.
This was where the stolen painting had hung.
And now it
Why
doesn't.
that painting? And why kill for it?
Ooh!
The stolen painting had an alarm, which should have sounded when the painting was removed. I needed to find out why it hadn't. So, the alarm wasn't broken. I suspected foul play.
I would too.
So that was why the alarm hadn't sounded. A wire had been cut by someone who knew exactly what they were doing.
Does anybody else
This was an inside job.
predict the moment where George is fingered as the one that was on the inside that cut the wire and he has to prove his innocence? Does anybody else see that coming? Is it just me? Just me?
It was the speaker cone for the alarm. It hadn't sounded when the painting was stolen.
Anything in terms of fingerprints? Or
The pressure pad appeared to be working fine, but the cut wire had ensured that the alarm wouldn't sound when the painting was removed.
right, so someone has cut the thing. Okay, so we know that much. We need the code to get into there.
The door was marked private.
Well, yes,
I
but you need
still
a
to
code.
figure out the code to that keypad.
Let's examine. Oh, there's a phone. Let's ring Nico. She's busy. Helpful. Okay, stop ringing, Nico.
Nico wasn't answering her phone. No surprise.
Maybe there's a
I
clue in the
picked up a
pizza.
piece of pizza from the gallery floor. It could be useful.
Uh-huh. Let's use the pizza slice with the door.
The pizza had gone hard, but it would break before the door did.
Okay.
That bust was pretty impressive. I wondered who'd been the model.
Adventure game logic time. Using the pizza on the bust.
I needed to try something else.
Okay, maybe not. Is that just going to be another alarmed thing? Yep.
Another painting with a working alarm.
Oh, a
The
poster.
poster looked old. I didn't want to touch it. The poster looked...
Yeah, okay. Use pizza on fat
I
person.
decided against stuffing cold pizza into an unconscious man's mouth. I needed him live.
stuck already. That's a good start, isn't it?
All I needed was a mere 65,000, and this little gem could be mine.
Father Simeon, tell me what you know about pizza.
Pardon me, Father.
Yes, my son?
Would you like this piece of pizza?
A man has just died. No, thank you.
Alright, fair enough. Fantastic use of...
I had to get closer before trying that.
Well then. Are you serious? Are you actually...
There was a small piece of paper in the dead man's hand. It was too intriguing not to take a look. It read, 2:30 p.m. Be ready. Innocent enough, until I realized
not
that the robbery
dead.
took place at 2:30 p.m. There was something fishy going on around here, and it wasn't just the canapes. I quickly replaced the note. I didn't want Henri's blood on my hands.
Well, obviously...
I picked up a piece of pizza. That wouldn't make any sense.
Oh, right. So that wouldn't make
In Henri's
sense.
pocket was a tiny bottle. It was a bottle of Brett. The label claimed it would wake the beast within.
So his penis then.
He definitely looked better.
Yep, there we go. Moved some glasses.
I put the glasses back where they were. Best to leave the evidence the way I found it.
Huh. I don't know whether that's important.
Poor guy. There was no way anyone would have survived that.
Unless, of course, he's not really dead.
A cryptic note in a bottle of overpowering cologne. No personal effects or anything else of substance. I definitely needed to check out that office. Ah, Brett. The fragrance that dare not speak its name.
Mm-hmm. Use it with the pizza. Oh, I can't. Well, that's annoying.
That wouldn't work.
I know that. Can I leave? Oh, I can. That's cool.
The street was quiet and upmarket. Not the kind of place for an opportunist thief.
Can I break in the window? I really like the
The room looked like
art.
some sort of office for the gallery. I could just see the glow of the CCTV monitor in the corner.
Pissoir. What's that mean?
You gotta hand it to the French. They know how to take a leak in style.
It's a toilet. Could anyone have seen anything? Is there anything of any consequence?
From out here, you couldn't see the stolen painting. This robbery was definitely planned.
Oh, hello.
Excuse me.
Monsieur?
There's just been a robbery at the gallery.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
You don't sound surprised.
All property is theft, monsieur. And all art is property. Therefore, all art is theft. Do you not agree?
Well, when you put it like that, it's hard not to. Did you see anybody run out of the gallery earlier?
There was a beautiful woman with a camera. She was chasing somebody.
Oh, that must have been Nico.
You know her? You surprise me.
Can you tell me anything about the man she was chasing?
I assume, monsieur, that like all of us, he is inherently unknowable.
No wonder this guy's cafe was empty.
You are so French.
The gallery owner, Henri, was shot dead trying to stop the robbery.
Life has no meaning the moment you lose the illusion of being eternal.
Right. Did you know him well?
Can we ever truly know another human being, monsieur?
Wow.
He spent little time at the cafe, unlike his friend, Monsieur Lane.
What do you know about Le Lizard Bleu?
He's bourgeois, vacuous, and overpriced. Just like its curator Lane. He's always in here, you know, talking art to his latest flusée.
What do you know about Hector Lane?
Lane? Oh yes. He drinks here sometimes. He slid away last night without paying.
Last night? What sort of time?
After midnight for sure. If you see him, give him this bill and tell him to pay up next time.
I wondered whether Lane was in a hurry to get somewhere or just trying to skip paying his bill. Would you like a squirt of this?
Are you suggesting I smell, monsieur?
Yes, because you're French.
Would you like a slice of pizza?
I think not, monsieur. You must remember we are in Paris, the culinary capital of the world.
Thank you for your consistent indifference, monsieur.
Perhaps next time you come I will give you a coffee. Perhaps not.
Yes, well, thank you for existing. You are super helpful. Let's see what his bill was.
Lane had run up quite a bill at the cafe.
Let's go present him with it, see if he's awake.
For a moment, I thought he was dead. But from the snoring, I guessed he'd only fainted. Lane was out cold.
Well, wake him up.
I was going to need something to bring him around.
Aha! Time for some ingenuity.
Time to awaken the beast.
What?
Oh, he's dropped something. That'll be important.
What was that? It smells like the 70s. Where am I?
You fainted.
Interesting.
The nail clippers were monogrammed with the letters H.L. Hector Lane. They must have fallen out of his pocket.
Mine now.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Nail clippers.
I wouldn't exactly call this living. Don't just stand there. Get me something to eat. I've had a terrible shock, you know.
I found a slice of pizza.
I asked for food, boy, not a cardboard simulacrum.
Oh, okay, if you don't want it.
I didn't say that. Now give it here.
I'll just pull it out of my pocket where I keep all of my pizza.
Given the circumstances, that was surprisingly acceptable. Now, what's been going on? Oh, Henri, is he
Dead? Afraid so.
poor chap? Just like him to steal the limelight, though.
Excuse me.
Do I know you?
Yes, our paths have crossed in the Glees Gallery.
Of course, the man with the absinthe. I don't suppose you...
Afraid not.
Pity. I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble remembering your name.
I'm George Stobart. I insured the exhibition.
I hope you have deep pockets then, my boy.
Could I ask you a few questions, Mr. Lane?
Fire away.
Did you know the gallery owner?
Of course, we worked together on the exhibition.
Oh, really?
Well, obviously.
Henri provided the space. I was the creative powerhouse.
You seem like the powerhouse
How long did you
everywhere.
know him?
As a friend, many years. Our professional relationship had only recently blossomed into this exhibition, under my curatorial wing. And now the poor fellow's gone and got himself killed.
If Lane was involved with the gallery, then he had to know the code door. Do you know anything about the stolen painting?
Of course, dear boy. La Maledictio, a little-known work, turned up at the last minute.
What about the killer? Were you able to get a look at him?
A delinquent in a tin hat. Beyond that, I don't really recall.
Oh, yeah, you fainted.
Yeah, you did.
Those of us with a higher aesthetic are more sensitive to violence.
Who painted the stolen painting?
Therein lies a mystery. We only know his pseudonym, El Serp. He was a Catalan, a modernist. His works are symbolic, religious.
What can you tell me about the stolen painting?
La Maledictio, a challenging piece. If you like a wide cast of obscure saints and fringe Christian symbolism, of course. Not especially valuable, though.
Who doesn't?
The thief won't get much for it on the black market.
So you curated the exhibition? What's it about?
A brilliant retrospective. A dialectical window on European art's ongoing discourse with the unresolved psychoses of the nation-state.
Uh-huh.
Wow, you took the words right out of my mouth. So, you help run this place? Maybe you can give me the code to that door.
The code to the office?
I just thought you might have the number.
I do, but I couldn't possibly give you access before the police arrive.
I figured I wasn't going to get the door code from Lane by playing nice. I needed to turn the heat up. Lane had run up.
Yes, I know. That's why I want to show it to him.
Take a look at this.
What of it?
It's your bill from the cafe next door.
So?
You sure drank a lot of champagne last night without paying the bill. But you told me that you were away from Paris last night. I hate to say it, but that sounds like a lie to me. Tell you what, you give me the code to the door, and the police need never know.
This is ridiculous. You have no motive and nothing that connects me to the crime.
Have it your way. I will get that code. Are these your nail clippers, Mr. Lane?
Yes, they have my initials monogrammed on them.
Huh. The perfect implement for cutting the alarm on a stolen painting.
What are you saying?
Well, the alarm was sabotage, Mr. Lane. It was an inside job.
Are you accusing me? How dare you?
Now, I believe you. I absolutely do. But will the police? You have the motive. There's the evidence. Evidence of sabotage. Along with the gaping hole in your alibi. Look, give me the code for the office, and I can make your problems disappear.
You, sir, are a blackmailer.
Yes, I am.
Yep, got it in one.
The number is 6397. But your accusations have absolutely no substance.
I had the code. The police should be here any moment.
Okay, get on with it then.
What was that number again?
6397.
Everyone, hold it right there.
Damn it.
Oh, look. It's the gendarme.
I am Inspector Navet of the Paris Serious Crime Squad, and I hereby declare this crime scene open. I mean, closed. Now, nobody move. Mo, I want a total lockdown. Nobody in or out. Apart from me, of course.
I needed to get back into the gallery, but a familiar figure was guarding the door. It was Sergeant Mu. Our paths had crossed before.
Yes, they had. Let's save. Oh, look, an autosave. That's nice.
Sergeant Mu, we meet again.
Ah, Madame Collard, an unexpected pleasure.
I was in the gallery at the time of the theft. Can I get back in?
I am sorry, but I am under strict orders from Inspector Navet. Nobody in, nobody out. And I must correct you, madame. It is no longer just a theft. It is a murder.
Mon Dieu! That poor man! I witnessed the crime. I've got to get back in there.
I'm sure you can make an official statement in good time.
I saw the thief. I think I can help the investigation.
I am implacable, Madame Collard.
Who is Inspector Navet?
The most promising young investigator on the force.
Mm-hmm.
A genius. A man blessed with almost superhuman insight.
He sounds highly perspicacious.
Madame, it is not for us to talk about the inspector's sweaty proclivities. He is about to solve his third case in as many days.
So, what's he got that the other investigators don't have?
Money.
Blood spatter. He is the world expert. He reads the entrails of the crime scene like a book.
I really need to get into the gallery and speak to Inspector Navet.
Tut. He is not to be disturbed. He is applying his famous scientific methods.
Mm-hmm.
Any moment now, the case will be cracked. I certainly hope so. I am dog-tired and want to go home.
I chased after the shooter and got a photo of him.
Inspector Navet will be delighted.
You've got to let me into the gallery to show him.
Absolutely not.
You've got to.
So, I cannot go in without Inspector Navet's permission?
No.
And to get Inspector Navet's permission, I need to go in.
Exactement.
Have you ever heard of Kafka, Sergeant Mu?
Madame Collard, I do not see what soccer players have to do with this.
Ugh.
No, he's a... Never mind. This was madness. Sergeant Mu wasn't going to let me in. Why are you so tired, Sergeant Mu?
I have been working for 3 days with no rest. Navet is a genius in his field, and he assumes that we all have his energy and vigor.
Oh, you poor man. If you'd like to go and get some sleep, I will watch the door for you.
That's very thoughtful of you. Ha! A cunning attempt to make me a deserter, madame. A gendarme never leaves his post.
I need to click the
Well,
suck his
how
dick
about
button.
the hot drink?
Ah, that would do the trick for sure. Unfortunately, I mustn't drink on duty. My doctor specifically warned me against it after the last incident.
That incident you mentioned, what happened exactly?
I don't want to talk.
I believe George slipped something into his coffee.
All I can say is it was very unfortunate. I am on duty, and I need to...
I believe that happened in Broken Sword 2. I believe they're acting like 3 and 4 didn't happen.
Here's my press card. Do you have a statement for the paper?
Yes, madame. Stay away from the crime scene. and let the police do their job.
I believe that's probably a smart idea.
Always leave a light on when you go out at night.
Thanks a lot, Sergeant Moo. You've been so helpful.
Great, wonderful, brilliant. So,
The pissoir was decorative and unpleasant.
I hope I don't have to play as Nico for very much of this.
It was an office.
Yes,
The room was full of strange trinkets.
gotta be honest, never really liked Nico.
The body was still in there. I had to get back inside.
I don't even know if her voice actor is actually French, but if she's not, it's the worst French accent I've ever heard. And if she is, she sounds terrible for a French person.
Madame,
Hello?
Bonjour, monsieur.
whatever it is you want, we are closed.
Then why are you standing here?
You would not understand, madame.
Try me.
Because I look at you, and I know you are like all the others.
The others?
The pretty women who shop, who gossip, who have their spa days, their almond croissant,
That bad, huh?
and the men with their grooming products and their shiny shoes and their skinny suits who come to my cafe and ask me for lattes, macchiatos, frappe.
I see your point.
Is this what we fought on the barricades for, madame? Ripped up the paving slabs, bled on the streets.
Isn't it?
No, madame, it is not. We fought for ideas, for philosophy, for freedom, equality, fraternity.
Vive la révolution.
And
Frappuccinos!
do you know what drove us on as we fought? What fueled the streets of Paris in that glorious spring? What made our hearts soar?
Macchiatos?
Cheap wine and free sex?
No, madame, no! It was French café noir that inspired us. The simple demi-tasse, the black, sweet taste of freedom.
So that's why you closed?
Yes, madame. I serve only thinkers, philosophers, revolutionaries. And you, madame, with your polite top and your pointy ears, are none of those things.
This is a cafe.
Yes, to the right people.
On any other day, I would have given this guy a straight one to the chin. But there was a chance he could help me get into the gallery.
Anyway, yes, this is in fact a British game made by Revolution. It was kickstarted, and I think they've done a really good job. I think it's very pretty. It's Broken Sword. It's like a return to form so far. I mean, I've only played the beginning bit, but you know.
Monsieur,
I quite like the art style.
Madame. The sands of time are running through your fingers.
well, that may be, but
We know not what we want, and yet we are responsible for what we are.
He's so deep,
there's no
though.
crime.
That is terrible, madame. But you know what they say.
No, but I think you're going to tell me.
Life begins on the other side of despair. C'est vrai, no?
Well, I guess so. He was pushing me to the point of despair.
During the riots, we battled the forces of oppression.
Oh, really? That must have been terrifying.
It was, except that they made me stay behind the barricades with the other baristas. We made coffee by the liter to fuel the resistance. I've never brewed so much coffee. Of course, our brave heroes spent half their time going for a pee. But with our coffee inside them, they fought the running dogs all night long.
None of this was helping me get past Sergent Moo.
Au revoir.
Right. Yes. Well then. Here. Make a statement.
Here's my press card.
La liberté.
Yes.
Madame, you are not the person that I took you to be.
No.
You must accept my deepest, my most profound
Please
apologies.
don't get more profound.
Well, of course I accept. But why?
La Liberté?
The great journal of freedom. At the height of the battle, as the tear gas blew and the blood flowed, it was La Liberté which carried the voice of our revolution to the world. I know now that you are not the kind of woman who would ask me for almond croissant. You are a true daughter of France, and I am your humble servant.
Well, good. Wonderful.
Monsieur,
The road to enlightenment
Oh,
is a long
Christ.
one, madame. Perhaps you will walk that road with me?
could we have a little chat?
Any time, madame.
Right, good. Yes, now.
How about some coffee?
For you, madame, of course. There is only one coffee that I can serve you. Black, strong, and in a tiny cup. One moment.
Yes, good. That's amazing. Let's do that. Go get me some coffee in a tiny cup.
Here is your coffee, madame.
Thanks.
Thank you, monsieur. The coffee was hot and strong. Could you make me a coffee to go?
For a fellow revolutionary? Of course, madame. One moment.
Yes, I'll wait here. I wouldn't want to actually have to go inside the cafe because then we'd have to draw the innards of a cafe.
Here's your takeaway coffee, madame.
And I don't think we
Thank you,
fulfilled
monsieur.
the stretch goals for that.
Did you see anything happen at the gallery earlier?
I saw you running after a pizza delivery guy. Somebody said he killed someone.
That's true. He stole a painting and shot the gallery owner.
How close we are to death. And yet how far from ever comprehending it.
Well, right now I need to get back inside and figure out what happened.
I applaud you, madame. To seek the truth is a worthy ambition.
As a journalist, that is my duty.
I got some coffee. Let's give him some coffee. Wait, no, let's not, actually. Let's have a... Yeah, alright, let's just give him the coffee. Have some coffee!
Sergeant Moore, I brought you a coffee.
Coffee? Fantastic. Just what I need. But wait. I must not. My little problem.
I'm sure one little cup of coffee won't hurt.
It's only wafer
I am
thin.
tempted, madame, but I cannot risk it. I am sorry.
So, this incident, it involved you, some coffee, and your little problem?
It is a tale of woe, madame.
I'm all ears, Sergeant.
Well, since you seem quite understanding, I shall elaborate.
Please do.
I was in charge of canine security for the president himself. One day, en vacances, he went for a private discussion with a lady minister. I stayed alone with his dog, but I had drunk a coffee to stay awake, and nature came to call. So I tied the dog to a tree and went for a secret pee-pee. When I came back, the dog was having a liaison dangereuse with the lady minister's terrier.
But how did they find out?
Well, 2 months later, the president's Labrador gave birth to 6 beautiful mongrels. And I was busted to sergeant just after the president's divorce came through.
You are a victim of a great injustice, Sergeant.
A great injustice.
But of course, you knew you must not fall asleep at your post. You were guarding the president himself.
Well, the president's dog.
Ah, it was the same thing.
Yes, I suppose.
And by drinking that coffee, you made the ultimate sacrifice for our glorious republic, your career.
Now you put it like that?
And now France is calling you again. She is saying, drink, Sergeant Moo, drink!
She is?
She is. Drink or fall asleep at your post. Which is it to be?
I suppose it is drink?
Bravo, Sergeant!
And now we wait.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Excuse me, madame. I must use the petit gendarme's room. It has gone straight through me. Could you watch the gallery door for me?
So
Oh,
ridiculously
you can count
fast.
on me, Sergeant.
That's
I
unfortunate.
distracted Moo. It was now or never.
Well then, in we go. Hello?
How did you get past Sergeant Moo? Well, you won't fool me so easily, madame. I shall question you later.
Nico, am I glad to see you. I tried to phone you but couldn't get an answer.
I managed to grab a couple of photos, but the guy got away.
Poor Henri is dead.
Very dead.
No! Why kill him?
I've been trying to find out. Turns out the alarm was tampered with. It looks to me like an inside job.
So, no ordinary robbery?
And no ordinary painting. The priest claims that La Maledictio is evil. I need to get into the office and see what the CCTV has to offer.
So, what's the problem?
6-3. Oh shit, I
The
forgot what it
inspector's
was.
watching me like a hawk. I'll never get in without some sort of distraction.
I'll see what I can do.
I probably should have written it down. $6397. That'll do. Well done.
Inspector Nave, do you have a moment?
He doesn't seem to have a moment. Oh, here we go.
My time is of the essence. Be quick now.
I suppose this is quite a complex case, Inspector.
It is a robbery gone bad. Nothing more, nothing less.
Surely there's a bit more to it than that.
Please abstain from baseless conjecture, madame. The victim's body paints a simple picture, more reliable than any witness statement. Consider the impact of the bullet, and note the concomitant lack of blood. A casual homicide, nothing more.
Don't you find it odd that the thief chose that one particular painting?
I'm guessing no.
Life is full of odd things, madame. Fingerless gloves, white dog poo-poo, nasal hair. I prefer to concern myself with murder.
Did you see the alarm was sabotaged?
I have interrogated the crime scene, madame. I am fully aware of the disabled security. I prefer biological evidence to the merely circumstantial. Body parts, blood, important things.
Don't you think the disabled alarm is highly suspicious, though?
The forensic team will be along shortly. Voice your concerns to them. Do not bother me with this circumstantial fliff-flaff.
Why don't you check out the security camera footage?
Madame, that is not my area of expertise. It is the body which concerns me.
But the CCTV footage is evidence. It could help identify the killer.
Correction, madame. It is but an indicator. The only true evidence is bodily fluid.
Now there's a quote.
Unless you know something I don't, then please leave me be.
The only evidence Inspector Nave seemed to appreciate involved gore. Could you give me a statement, Inspector?
Now is not the time, madame.
What do you think about the American, Georges?
He is deeply suspicious.
Is he?
Thanks, Inspector. I'll let you know if I remember anything else.
Oh, he's going back
If
to
I was
writing
going to
things.
distract Nave, I needed to unearth new evidence or concoct some. And the bloodier, the better.
Have a word with that pizza box. Is there seriously a tomato from the... God damn it, Revolution!
I'd never met the gallery. Inspector!
Yes?
Look, over there, look.
Have you seen that stain on the floor by the door? What do you think it is?
I don't have time to waste discussing domestic hygiene. Please, leave me to my work.
But it's red and stuff. It...
Thanks, Inspector. I'll let you know if I remember anything else. If
I need-
was going to distract and
Yes,
the bloodier,
yes.
the better.
Yes. I need something I can dip in that, I think.
The tomato sauce had splattered on the floor.
I mean, if I take the chewing...
No way was I going to clean that
gum.
up with my bare hands.
Do I have anything?
No.
No? Couldn't just wipe it up with my press card? No?
I scraped up the chewing
Oh, there we
gum with
go.
my press card, hoping the inspector wouldn't notice.
Ew.
I needed to try something else.
Why not just, like, wipe it in the tomato stuff and just be like... Look, bits of brain.
The gallery was already a mess.
Yes.
I didn't feel like tearing the poster down.
Let's talk to that dude.
Are you Hector Lane, the art critic?
Yes, he is.
Enchanté, madame. And which of the angels are you?
I'm Nico Collar, a reporter.
Oui.
A fallen angel, then. My favorite sort.
What can you tell me about the painting that was taken?
It was called La Malediccio, an unknown work that only recently surfaced.
Who was the artist?
A mysterious figure known only as El Serp. Some say he was a student of Picasso.
Interesting.
He was good, but not great, and his true identity remains unknown.
What can you tell me about the theft?
Oh, it was truly awful. What do you want to know?
What can you tell me about Henri's involvement with the gallery?
Dear Henri, a shining diamond in the ordure that is the modern art business. He owned the gallery. What will we do without him?
Have you spoken to Georges?
The American?
Yes.
He promised to clear up any misunderstandings the police might have about my presence here.
Tell me about the shooting, monsieur.
It all happened so fast.
He got shot. He died.
Take your time. What did you see?
I can't be sure. Perhaps I could answer your questions over dinner.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I'm on a tight deadline. Did you see the thief?
I would have tackled him, but he was too quick for me.
Did you know that the alarm had been sabotaged?
No. How dreadful. I suppose that's why the alarm isn't ringing.
You would suppose correctly.
Here's my press card.
It's got some chewing gum stuck to it. It's kind of disgusting, actually.
And there was I thinking you were too young and beautiful to be a reporter.
Thanks for your help, Monsieur Lane. I wasn't going to get anything useful from Lane. Poor guy.
Couldn't we get like a closer look at him, perhaps?
It was clearly old, but still in good condition.
See, look, there's this... just... Because obviously, you have to sort of manufacture some evidence. Like, I know the basic logic and gist behind what we're doing.
That wouldn't happen.
I get that. I do.
I'd made a convincing bloodstain, but was it art? Inspector!
Yes?
I really think you should check out that stain.
I told you, I am not interested. Leave the mess for the cleaner.
Do you want this chewing gum?
Madame, I do not take bribes.
Would chewing a bribe to you?
Thanks, Inspector. I'll let you know if I remember anything else.
George, help.
Josh,
Yeah, Nico.
so why do you need to get into the office again?
I'm pretty sure the robbery was an inside job, and I think the proof is in the office.
Well, I agree with you.
What's stopping you?
Super cop over there.
What if I create a distraction?
Well, yes.
You do that, and I will let you have whatever I find.
That's a deal, Josh.
Ye-
Somehow I had to get the inspector away from the office door.
Right. And I know the logic behind how to do it. It's just... Oh, let's talk to this dude. Maybe he'll help.
Excuse me, Father.
You got anything I can have that looks
Father
gooey and
Simeon,
horrible?
my child.
Are you okay, Father?
It's a terrible shock, but yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Could I ask you some questions about the crime?
What kind of questions?
I'm a reporter for La Liberté.
Questiony
I
questions.
suppose it cannot hurt. Please ask away.
They end in a question mark.
Why did you come to the gallery today, Father?
God brought me here. I saw the poster for the exhibition. I had to come.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
I knew there was great evil in La Maledictio. It was my duty to confront it. The painter was El Serp, the Serpent. Don't you see?
Evil? So, what were you
Evil?
planning on doing here today?
I wanted to bear witness to anything that the devil would conjure.
Well, I think it was a no-show, Father.
Really? A man is dead, Miss Collard. I'd say his work here today is done.
That wasn't going to help my story.
It's the work of the devil.
Is anything that might help identify the killer?
The devil takes many forms, child. I didn't get a good enough look, I'm afraid.
Anything would help.
I'm sorry, my dear. My mind was elsewhere.
What do you know about Henri?
An innocent victim, insofar as any of us are innocent.
Deep.
If he was peddling such blasphemous works as the El Serp painting, then who knows what other sins he was hiding.
Father Simeon was making me feel guilty. Priests always did that to me. What do you think about that stain?
It's tomato.
That blood.
I think it's just sauce. I wonder if there's a mop anywhere.
We are facing death and divine retribution. This is no time for tidying up.
Father Simeon wasn't making much sense.
Well, neither were you. You were just talking... Oh,
What
never
can you
mind.
tell me about the painting?
Grotesque and evil.
How can a painting be evil?
By killing all who come into contact with it.
That would be
That
quite
mean
evil,
it?
yeah.
Laugh not at the devil's play, Miss Collard.
Do you know anything about the painter El Serp?
He was a purveyor of blasphemy, a servant of the Antichrist.
How can you know that?
It is clear from his work.
Yes.
Father Simeon was making a lot of assumptions. This is my press card. As I said, I work for La Liberté.
Good. Be sure to warn your readers that this painting is evil.
Thank you for your time, Father.
You are super duper useful.
The priest had nothing useful to offer. At least now the place was a little tidier.
Can I not just grab that rag there and start, like, sprinkling things around? I mean, why exactly?
No, that would never have worked. I'd already got the chewing gum.
Yes, but then you know, rub it in the tomato stain and it looks like a bit of brain, and you could stick it over here somewhere and he'd like have to. Ugh. We're into adventure game logic now. What exactly do I have to do to specifically do the thing that I already know vaguely how to do?
It was the alarm.
It was.
The painting was La Malédiction by an artist named Serpent in 1937.
Like, I'm sure we've all figured out what it is I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create a fake blood thingy so that he'll think, ooh, blood that I missed. I'd better go look at it, and then George can get into the door. But
If it hadn't been for the body, I would have enjoyed looking at the paintings. Getting in had not been easy. I needed to stay to pursue the investigation.
right, okay, fine. Let's have another look at this stain.
How about
I
that
just
for a
touched
distraction?
it.
I wondered whether it would be enough. The tomato sauce looked as close to blood as it was ever going to. Inspector!
Yes?
Have you seen the stain on the floor over there? It looks like blood.
Indeed. How very curious. I must investigate immediately, before one of these idiots steps in it.
Yes, these idiots. George, the thing.
Interesting. Maybe it is time to employ the machine.
George, do the thing.
Okay, George. That should distract him for a while.
Nice work, Nico. I'll let you know what I find in the office.
Hooray! We managed to avoid drowning. Oh wait, no.
I was sure the inspector hadn't seen me slip away,
Christ, this is
but I needed to be quick, because it wouldn't take him long.
horrible. This is just ugh.
At last, Stobart.
Sorry, Mr. Rickenbacker. I've been busy.
Yeah, I damn well hope so. I'm watching the news.
Oh, anything interesting?
Yeah, someone stole a painting.
Oh, really?
No.
And it was one you insured. What's going on?
Ah, yes. Well, the guy was armed, sir.
So?
You think I should have thrown myself in front of the thief, wrestled him to the ground, got myself shot?
Sure would have made me feel better. Anyway, find that painting, or give me a good reason not to pay out. Please tell me that you have some leads.
I'm working on it.
Boss on my back. So annoying. Blah 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 blah. Right. Let's get into the CCTV.
The CCTV system was ancient.
It has a
It took
passcode.
individual shots and recorded them to tape. It looked like I needed to enter a passcode to view the recording.
Really?
I needed to find a 4-digit number.
Notice board. Here we go.
Henri's notice board was covered with all kinds of junk.
Aha.
The poster
1975.
advertised the 1975 Stockholm Music Festival, headlined by a group called the Hairy Lobsters.
Perfect. Oh, maybe not then.
And there I was, thinking that Henri might have set such an obvious code. No such luck.
Well, excuse me.
I needed...
What is all this nonsense? Give me that
I
tape.
didn't want to carry the tape around. I
Oh.
had a feeling I wasn't going to need it.
Give me that
I didn't
eraser.
feel the need to take Henri's eraser.
Oh. Give me that ink
Carrying
pot.
an ink pot around inside my pocket would have been stupid.
But the
ink would have
pizza.
stained my hands for days.
The pizza made perfect sense.
I didn't need a business card. I didn't like the idea of a pocket full of sharp pins.
You just don't like doing
The
anything.
pen could have been useful. Then again, it might have leaked all over my pocket.
Oh no, your poor pocket. Oh dear.
It was the paper that Nico wrote for. Nico lived for the day her story would be on the front cover.
What's in the drawer? What's this shit?
There was nothing else in the drawer.
Well, it's obviously something to do with the lobster then, isn't
The
it?
folder looked interesting. This was very definitely tampering with evidence. It was a completion of work notice from a company called Vera Security. They weren't the guys we'd recommended. Henri had gone behind our backs to choose a different security outfit. Huh. I'd never heard of Vera Security, but there was an address and phone number on the form. I had no reason to search the desk again.
Look at that statue.
The statue was jaunty, up close and personal. I could see that the fig leaf was hinged.
Uh-huh.
Thankfully, there was no one around to see me do this.
Full frontal nudity.
Very interesting.
Oh. Well, I mean, okay. There's a keyhole. But nothing that appears to be a key.
Now that was a safe. No way I'd be able to pick it. The sofa had clearly taken some punishment over the years. It looked like Henri had saved the best booze for the back room.
Probably smart, really, if you think about it.
A naked lady stared at me seductively. The woman in the picture looked vaguely familiar. Henri had a model of a VW camper van painted in hippie colors. The engine capacity was displayed on the back, 1600 cc. Henri sure liked his clutter.
That was spontaneously loud for no reason. I guess we'll try 1600, as in cc.
Henri hadn't set the model van's engine size as the passcode.
Worth a punt.
I didn't imagine Henri as a musician. Henri sure had his quirks.
Why do you keep randomly just yelling things?
A pair of evil eyes stared from a partially covered poster.
Oh Holy shit, I've just realised. That's the poster for Broken Sword 2. That's the cover from...
In the trash can, I found a crumpled letter from Henri's credit card company, demanding immediate payment. It listed extravagant purchases from a variety of ladies' fashion stores. The address indicated that Henri lived in the chic and expensive 16th arrondissement of Paris. I decided to put the letter back. Henri's financial problems weren't my business. But now I knew where he lived.
That's the poster for... That's the cover for Thingy.
It was a hookah pipe. Those things gave me a headache. The trinkets, the junk, the instruments. Henri was kind of a hippie at heart.
Do you think?
It was a pretty flamboyant-looking clock. The frame containing pressed flowers. Henri may have been a hippie, but a hippie with plenty of disposable income.
Not too sure we're going to get in there right now. Oh, calendar.
The calendar looked like a child's school project. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Poor guy hadn't quite made it to his big day. Bingo. I rewound the tape to before the robbery. This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri studying La Malédiction. He couldn't have had any idea what was about to happen. Was Henri studying that picture, or did he look worried? There was definitely more to this robbery than I first thought. The image was a little fuzzy, but in the center of the painting was what looked like a snake eating its own tail.
Interesting.
I thought about what the priest said. There was definitely something unsettling about the picture. Nico and I were taking a look at La Malédiction just before the robbery. Funny, the painting didn't strike me as remarkable at the time, just odd. It seemed that whenever Nico stepped back into my life, so did trouble.
Yeah, pretty much.
There I was, looking at the exhibition.
There you are now, looking at you, looking at the exhibition.
A good view of La Malédiction. I could kind of see why Father Simeon thought it was evil. There was a certain presence about it. The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail. The killer caught in the act. There was nothing really distinctive about it. The CCTV had caught the killer in the act of lifting La Malédiction from the wall. He knew exactly which painting to take.
He's not wearing matching shoes. Either that or it's just really badly coloured.
The most striking... The moment it all went horribly wrong. Why hadn't Henri backed down when the thief pulled the gun? If that was me, I'd have done whatever the guy wanted. There was some writing on the front of his helmet, but I couldn't quite make it out. The alarm should have sounded when the killer took the painting, but it had been sabotaged. I wondered who could have done that. Maybe Lane, or even Henri himself. Or perhaps even Vera Security, who'd installed the system. The killer making his getaway.
Ah, there we go.
A logo on the front of his helmet read Waterloo Motors. That could be useful. The painting was gone. The alarm should...
Yes.
There I was, taking a look at the alarm box. Hopefully I didn't look too suspicious. I hadn't thought about that when I was taking a look at the camera. That was the last shot. I'd probably learned everything I could from the CCTV.
Oh dear.
Monsieur, so you have snuck in here, and now you are tampering with my evidence.
I'm not tampering. Right, I'll leave it up to you. Do we tell him the truth, or do we lie straight to his stupid big-nosed face? Princess wants to lie. Jack also wants to lie. Pretty sure you're the only two people watching, so by an overwhelming majority, we're going to go with lie.
I'm just looking for the name of the caterer. That cheese was to die for.
Ah, to die for? To kill for.
Oh dear.
I put it to you, monsieur. Monsieur...
Stobart. George Stobart.
I put it to you that you came here in search of cheese and killed the owner in a fromage-induced frenzy.
Well, no. I'm from Paris Mutual. We insured the exhibition.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
Time will tell, monsieur.
Truth will out, Inspector.
Who dares wins, Monsieur Stobart.
He who laughs last laughs loudest, Inspector Nave. The guy was seriously nuts.
May I remind you, monsieur, that a serious crime has been committed. I am going to have to ask you to return to the gallery.
Of course, but I do need to ask you a few questions.
D'accord. But remember, anything you say can be used against you, Monsieur Stobart.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Do you know anything about a company called Vera Security?
No, I have never heard of them. Now, I must get on with my investigation.
It's very likely that the security camera holds a clue to the killer's identity.
Monsieur, I am a professional, and you are an amateur. So, leave the investigating to me, huh? Pal? Monsieur, you are American, no?
Yeah, California born and bred.
Of course. I think perhaps you are wanting to be like that Starsky and Butch, monsieur. No? Rolling around on top of fast cars with beautiful ladies, firing your gun.
Interesting idea, Inspector, but not really my style.
Indeed. Well, let me tell you something, monsieur. You are my prime suspect. You may go now, but I will need to speak with you again.
Well,
I had some valuable leads, but before following up on them, I had important business to attend to. Hey, Nico, you want to grab a quick cup of coffee?
Sure.
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary investigation. This is now an official crime scene, and you must all go. I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days. Nobody is to leave the country, particularly you, Monsieur Stobart. Monsieur Lane will stay behind to help secure the premises. Mo?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Right away, sir.
Two coffees, please.
Nice work in there, Nico. Whatever you did, it worked.
I just made a tiny distraction, and Nave bought it.
I think Nave would buy anything if it had blood on it. You know, this whole setup, the theft, the murder, it just doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
yeah, go away, you hipster.
Like I said, I think it was an inside job.
Go on.
Someone disabled the alarm, but on just one painting.
Let me guess. La Maledictio.
Exactly. And I aim to find out who did it. The CCTV picked up an image of the thief. His helmet had the words Waterloo Motors written across it.
Interesting. I think I got a couple of good shots of him too, but I need to take a better look at them at home.
Great. Let me know what you find.
I'm gonna drink this coffee.
Well, the priest thinks La Maledictio is evil.
Charles, she's just crazy.
Yeah, you're probably right. But there's something strange going on. I found the address of the security company Henri employed. It was not the one that I recommended.
Good luck with your investigations. Well, I guess I should go. This story won't write itself. And Josh,
Yeah?
it's good to see you again.
Great to see you too, Nico.
You actually gonna hook up
I watched her walk away.
again?
The sound of traffic, the sun shining, a crime to solve, and Nico back in my life.
Well, there's the intro for you. Right, what options do we have? We've got Henri's apartment or Vera Security. I would go to the apartment first, I think. If it were me, I'd probably start there. So that's what we're going to do.
As I approached Henri's apartment, I started to doubt whether coming here so soon after his death was such a great idea.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah. Good point. Didn't think of that. But like I said, you are going to end up getting fingered for the crime at some point anyway. Because that's just the way these plots work. So...
At the end of the road, I could see the magnificent Bois de Boulogne. Paris sure had a lot of similar-looking cafes.
yes, it did.
Tony's Brasserie. Looked expensive. Parisian spring fashion. Reminds me why I love this city. I recognized the name Sasha from the charges listed in Henri's credit card letter.
Uh-huh.
Unsurprisingly, the front door was locked.
Yes. Who is it?
Excuse me, madame. This is George Stobart. Could I talk to you?
George who? What?
George Stobart, madame. I'm from the insurance company.
For God's sake, today of all days? I don't want to buy insurance.
No, I'm not selling, madame. It's about the gallery theft.
Oh, I see. You people move fast, don't you? This isn't a good time. I am so distraught.
Madame,
Yeah.
Right. Now that hadn't achieved much.
Well then. Can we not just break in through a window?
The address led me to a dead-end alley at the end of a deadbeat mall. No wonder I'd never heard of Vera Security.
So that's Vera Security.
Vera Security. I was going to get some answers there. I hoped.
And over here...
Please don't touch the sign. You'll just make it worse.
What does the sign say?
The neon sign buzzed and blinked horribly.
And who are you?
The stall was a myriad of retro kitsch. Bottle stoppers, keychains, musical cards. Hi, I wonder if you can help me. I'm looking for Vera's security.
Yes, of course. It's the shop behind you.
Yes, I know.
Thank you. The name's George, by the way.
Call me Bassam. And do please forgive me, but I'm in no mood to talk. I have a resounding headache.
Bad migraine, eh?
The worst. The buzzing and flashing from the old sign is killing me. I thought the neon sign had potential until it broke.
Is it your sign?
No, the previous owners. Used to be a restaurant. But this is horrible. Adversely affecting my footfall and giving me a splitting headache.
You want me to try fixing that sign for you?
Do you know what you're doing?
Yeah.
I'm very good at fixing things.
Then please do. I'm no good at electricals. Marketing analysis and predicting trends is more my thing.
Right. Well then. Give me a minute.
That was... I took a good look at the sign. The wiring was exposed and the cover broken. No wonder it was flashing.
It is possible to rearrange the letters. To do this, interact with the letter to pick it up. You can then move the letter to a different socket. Simply move the letter to a new position and interact to drop it to that socket. Right. Why would I do that? Exactly.
I pulled the wire off. Well, that was one way to stop the letters flashing. Now only half the sign was illuminated.
What exactly am I trying to... There, now you're on sale. Sale, here.
The buzzing and flashing has stopped.
And I am very grateful. But the sign still looks pretty terrible, doesn't it? When you're building a brand from the ground up, name is everything. I need a name that makes my customers long for adventure and treasures from faraway places.
I could take a look at your sign.
You are like a genie from a magic lamp.
Tell me about your business idea.
This stall is going to put me through college while giving me field experience. But the nonsense sign is working against me. It should spell a name for my shop. I need something original, yet familiar. Bright and in your face, yet subtle and symbolic.
Like, for example... Give me a minute. I'm working on something here.
Seemed the letters could be moved around.
What about...
Have the right letters to spell Bassam.
Yeah, never mind that shit.
I'd have to think of something else.
Just thinking out loud here. Give me a minute. What about that?
That seemed like a good name. Hey, Bassam, how about this? I know it's not your name, but...
Aladdin. Very cool. That's a terrific name for my store. Hits every one of my USBs.
Glad you like it.
You're a genius, George. Let me know if I can do anything for you. Aha, Mr. Stobart. What can I do for you?
So what are you selling?
Ah, I'm glad you asked. I sell all those things you can't get anywhere else in Paris.
Like...
English biscuits, Turkish delight, French cassettes, Brazilian Betamax videos.
Right.
What do you think?
I'm over the moon, George. Thanks to you, I can now sell my retro cavalcade of musical cards, brushes, souvenirs. And you know what they say, happy sellers make happy shoppers.
I really like your new sign.
It's magnificent. I owe you one.
Smell this.
He's spraying in his face.
Ooh. At least it's the real thing.
Bassam had already told me where Vera's security was.
Yes, he had.
Do you have any use for nail clippers?
Nail clippers? The pocket knife's little brother.
Yeah, I like that. I better hang on to him. I decided to keep the wire.
Yes.
If Bassam knew how flimsy the sign was, he wouldn't be happy.
Right, good. Well then.
Help!
What's wrong?
Is that a cockroach?
There's a monster
What? Where?
on the floor. Get rid of it.
Oh, the cockroach.
Yes, the cockroach. Help!
Can I just, like, step on it? Maybe?
Come here, little fella. There were crumbs on the floor. No wonder the cockroach was sticking around.
Spray the shit out of it! Oh, it moved.
That would have violated the Chemical Weapons Convention.
Oh, it moved again.
Nope. I needed to try something else.
Let's put a little leash on it with a wire. We'll make it like a pet.
That was never gonna happen.
It's annoying. Right, well, give me something I can
There was a
use.
huge cockroach in the way.
The cockroach is not in the way. Yeah, what's on the table? Ah, there we go.
A Russian brand cigarette. The pack was empty.
Take
As
some
a
matches.
child, I'd always been told not to play with matches, but I never could resist. The ashtray was full of cigarette butts.
Well, you'd expect it to be.
Filters were gold-colored, very exotic. A crumpled cigarette pack.
You should really take that. You could put the cockroach in it.
Leave that radio alone and salt this damn cockroach.
Well, okay, but you've got to give me something that I could, you know... Put it in the matchbox. Can you put a cockroach in a
I took out
matchbox?
the matches. I couldn't catch it just by swiping at it. I'd need to entice it closer. I set down my matchbox. Cockroaches like hiding in dark places. Not a bad idea when you think about it. Cockroach wasn't going for it. I needed some bait. The box needed...
Yeah, I know. That's why I was going to pick up the crumbs.
I refused to torture the little fella. Even cockroaches have rights.
Couldn't you just, you know, pick him up?
I was never going to catch it with my bare hands.
Woman, give me something that I can give to the cockroach.
Hello, I'm...
Cockroach! I see the little beggar.
I don't think it'll let me.
That was never...
What am I supposed to do? Try and set the damn thing on fire?
That was never...
See, there's crumbs there. Why can't I just, like, sweep the crumbs into the matchbox? Why can't I just do that? Why isn't that, like, a thing I can do?
That wouldn't work.
I'm gonna go and ask that dude who runs the stall if he's got anything I can put in my matchbox to catch a cockroach with, because developer logic.
Aha, Mr. Stobart. What can I do for you?
Have you got anything I can use to catch a
Do you happen
cockroach?
to know a good way to catch a cockroach?
To be honest, George, I'm better at questions on balancing budgets within a liberal economic framework. But as a layman, perhaps I could suggest you trap it? And please, whatever you do, don't squish it.
Why's that?
The entire family will catch the scent and arrive for the funeral.
Ooh, we don't want that.
You need to find a container of some sort. Then I think add this.
Thanks.
Tea. Well, what's that, a cookie?
No, it's a biscuit.
The perfect cockroach biscuit. Dry, dull, unsatisfying, and yet curiously Moorish.
I'll give it a try.
Glad to help.
You have been incredibly useful. Thank you very much. Couldn't just sweep up the crumbs that are literally right next to the matchbox. You could just sweep them up, put the... Oh. But fine, we'll do it your way.
I added some bait to the matchbox. Even I was finding it hard to resist that little trap.
Look at that!
Gotcha!
I caught a cockroach.
You are a gentleman and no mistake. I hate cockroaches.
Always ready to help a damsel in distress.
I bet you are. Can I help you?
Yes, please. Do you know if there's anyone in the office I can talk business with?
Yes, me, chérie. I'm Annette, the manager.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... The gloves. I just thought...
Ah, easy mistake to make. If you haven't been reconstructed, that is.
Oh, but I have been reconstructed. A number of times. From the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do for you?
There's been a theft at Le Lézard Bleu. A painting's been stolen.
Shame. Still, I'm sure you'll get over it.
I believe your company set up the security.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh, yes, you did.
Didn't.
Did.
I've got all day.
I've got proof.
It says here that Vera was hired to do the security at the gallery. Didn't do a very good job, did you?
Where did you get that?
At the gallery.
That job was signed off. You can't say we were to blame.
I was getting a bad feeling. The place looked like a front, and the only person there wasn't helping. Maybe the office itself could give me more information.
Are you done? Only I want to listen to this next race.
Thanks.
Look, do you mind not touching the office equipment?
Annette's peripheral vision was, quite simply, astounding.
Stretch goal. Did they just not program this bit in? What is that? Like, they drew it, and then just didn't program it, because they didn't make enough money on the Kickstarter. Are you serious? Ugh.
The place looked very much like temporary accommodation.
Oh, black book, eh?
Do you mind? I'm listening to the race.
Annette was watching me like a hawk.
I can see that.
It was a little black book, and they are always interesting. The Vera phone. All expenses had been spared. The Vera phone.
Yes.
She might talk to me now.
Yes.
It's just I have this cockroach.
Are you betting on a horse?
No, I just like hearing the sound of hooves.
Oh, well, that's unusual.
Don't be an idiot. I got 50 euros on Lucky Break.
Ah, well, I hope you win.
So do I, Sherry. So do I.
It's just I've got this cockroach.
I caught the cockroach. Look, isn't he a sweetie?
Ah! Keep it away from me!
I've got a cookie.
Those dry things are disgusting. Yeah, you've shown me already.
Do you recognize it?
Oof! That would take the hair off your legs. I had a boss who wore that. Know what I mean? No thanks.
And some wire. Or some matches.
I've got some matches.
I've got some matches. Look at me.
Yes, I saw you pick them up. Keep them. I can't afford to smoke anymore.
And some nail
Do
clippers.
these clippers look familiar?
Yes. I mean, no. Why should they look familiar?
Thanks.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. J'accuse.
I caught the cockroach.
Ah!
Yes. Now then. What to do with you?
Even the plant looked depressed.
No.
That wouldn't make...
No, it wouldn't, would it?
That was...
Need to get her to leave. But she doesn't seem to want to let me go anywhere near
The office drawers.
anything.
Look, do you...
Annette's peripheral.
Right, what have we got? What can we do with this?
I only had a few matches. Using one now probably wasn't a good idea.
Combine the... No, can't combine the wire with anything. I'm feeding a cockroach.
I fed Trevor a crumb. He loved that biscuit.
You've named him Trevor.
I wasn't going to talk to Nico about this place with the manager listening in.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Maybe Bassam can help.
Aha, Mr. Stobart. What can I do for you?
Do you know anything about Vera's security over there?
Not really. I haven't been here long, but neither have they by the looks of it.
Why do you say that?
Rush setup, new sign, low investment, and no customers except for you.
Sounds very much like a front.
That cookie did the trick.
Right customer, right product. It's a winning combination.
So, what else are you selling?
Stop by now and then. You'll be surprised.
No kidding?
Let's ring the security place. Well, they're not answering.
Hello, Vera Security?
George Stobart here.
I can see you through the window.
Did I really just do that? That's fantastic. That's... good job.
Hey, Nico. I've arrived at Vera's Security. It's a pretty seedy outfit.
Great. Anything else?
I've got a cockroach.
Not right now.
Well, call back if you find anything.
Thanks, Nico. You're incredibly helpful. I'm gonna set fire to your radio. Fuck your radio.
That was almost a great idea. Almost. That so didn't work.
Oh, I've got achievements. Right, okay, video game logic. I have a cockroach. She doesn't like cockroaches. I want to just essentially throw the cockroach over here somewhere, but I can't do that. So...
that was never...
I already looked at the table, that's where I got the matchbox
Please
from.
stay on the other side of the counter.
It was like she had some kind of psychic power. She could just feel what I was trying to do. I didn't want to leave that there.
No, did you not? Maybe I could start a fire.
I didn't want to leave that. That was almost... that wouldn't have worked.
Of course it would. We'll just attract, you know, 50 million of them.
Nope.
We're at the point where I just start
That
fucking
was-
clicking things.
The ashtray was full of cigarette butts.
That reminds me, actually, I need a fag. Let's save. I know I just did this, but I'm going to do it again. And I shall be back. Later. Perhaps.